That's how I started out watching the game. Like, so y'all really about to start everybody but Caitlin Clark. Y'all playing games, Team USA. Y'all playing games. We're going to get into that. But the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, gave us a performance off of the bench. Okay, it is clear that Team USA functions better with Caitlin Clark at the helm.
Undefeated. Team USA. The wins are comfortable, and when the offense is flowing, the basketball looks great. But the ratings are telling a story that winning alone cannot hide. When Caitlin Clark is not starting, interest drops. The numbers show it. The fans feel it. And the criticism directed at Coach Kara Lawson is getting louder. Drop a comment below. Do you think the ratings dip when Caitlin Clark doesn't start proves she should be in the starting lineup from now on? Or is there more to the story? Let's look at what actually happened during this qualifying tournament.
I don't know. It's very clear to me that y'all are trying to keep the attention off of Caitlin Clark because not that she calls it onto herself, but just her gameplay calls for it. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that the girl can't crack the starting lineup. And this is what's crazy. I don't even think Kara Lawson was coaching today. I saw Nate Tibbetts doing all the coaching. It's clear there's an agenda. They're not letting her start. He was told.
Let's just lay out.
In the first game, Team USA faced Senegal. Clark didn't start. She came off the bench, still delivered solid numbers, and finished with a positive plus-minus. Team USA won comfortably, but the backlash about the lineup started immediately. In the second game against Puerto Rico, the starting lineup changed again, but Clark still didn't start. Chelsea Gray remained the starting point guard. The offense looked inconsistent at times, and the flow wasn't smooth. Meanwhile, Clark came off the bench, posted a massive plus 27, and led the team in assists across the first two games. Yet she still wasn't given the starting role. By the third game against Italy, the situation hadn't changed. Clark was again coming off the bench, even though she was leading Team USA in points, assists.
All right, in the win today versus Italy, Caitlin Clark, 12 points, 5 assists. She hit 2 Caitlin Clark bombs from the three-point line, and this is off the bench, okay? It was very clear and very apparent after game one, before game one, but definitely after game one of this Team USA thing, she should be the starting point guard. Like, what are we still doing with this Chelsea Gray thing? Chelsea Gray, I think she might be the only player who has started every single game.
And overall impact. Fans online went from frustrated to genuinely angry. Then came the game against New Zealand. Finally, Clark got the start. The result was immediate. Team USA dominated with a massive 101-46 win, one of the biggest blowouts of the entire tournament. Clark finished with 14 points, 6 assists, 2 steals, and once again led the team in impact. USA Basketball even highlighted her performance on social media, celebrating how she delivered in her first start. But many fans pointed out the obvious question: why did it take 3 games to reach that decision? This situation isn't surprising. The bigger picture. You look. For the past 2 years, the connection between Caitlin Clark and television ratings has been impossible to ignore. Whenever she plays, viewership rises. Whenever she's featured prominently, engagement increases. During her rookie season with the Indiana Fever,
display today versus New Zealand, finally in the starting lineup. It took long enough. It took long enough. Stephanie White, I know your skin was crawling when you saw her in the starting lineup. I know you didn't like that. Caitlin Clark led Team USA to a more than
games that normally attracted modest attention suddenly drew huge national audiences. Arenas sold out. Road games became major events. The impact was measurable and undeniable. So when Clark was benched for 3 straight games in this tournament while leading the team statistically, fans noticed. And when fans notice something like that, the numbers eventually reflect it. Across social media platforms, the comments were consistent. People were asking the same questions. Why isn't Clark starting? Why is the player leading the team in production coming off the bench? And why does the offense look better whenever she runs it? To be clear, Chelsea Gray is an accomplished veteran. She's an Olympic gold medalist and one of the most respected point guards in the game. But during the early games of this tournament, the offensive rhythm simply looked different when Clark was on the floor. When Clark started against New Zealand, everything changed. The pace increased, the ball movement improved, and the team looked more energized from the opening tip. Clark even showed defensive intensity, stealing an inbound pass early in the second half and turning it into a transition layup. That type of engagement often comes when a player feels fully trusted in their role from the beginning of the game. She logged 23 minutes, led the team in assists, and helped deliver a performance that USA Basketball proudly showcased. This situation also highlights a bigger issue in women's basketball right now. The sport is growing rapidly, and a huge part of that growth comes from new fans who began watching because of Caitlin Clark. Many of those viewers didn't grow up watching the WNBA. They followed Clark's. And when defenders scrambled to recover, Clark's teammates frequently found themselves open. The combination of deep shooting range, quick passing, and fast tempo makes Clark a difficult player for defenses to handle. It's also one of the reasons fans enjoy watching her so much. Basketball at its most exciting often involves speed, creativity, and unexpected plays. Clark's style tends to produce exactly those moments. As the tournament continues, the next matchup against Spain will likely provide another opportunity to evaluate how the coaching staff approaches the starting lineup. If Clark starts again, it could signal that the team has found a rotation that maximizes both performance and momentum. If she returns to a bench role, the conversation among fans will almost certainly continue, because by this point, the discussion has grown beyond just one tournament. It touches on larger questions about the future of women's basketball. How should teams balance veteran experience with emerging stars? How do coaches manage rotations when certain players bring extraordinary levels of attention to the sport? And how can the growth in viewership and fan engagement be sustained over the long term? Caitlin Clark sits directly at the center of those questions. Her presence has already changed the landscape of women's basketball in ways that few athletes ever accomplish during the early stages of their careers. Whether she starts or comes off the bench, the impact of her game remains undeniable. But as this tournament has shown, when she begins the game on the floor, something special tends to happen. The pace increases, the crowd grows louder, and the conversation around the sport becomes even bigger. That's the power of a player who doesn't just participate in the game but actively reshapes how people watch it. Team USA will continue pursuing victories and championships. The roster is filled with elite talent capable of dominating opponents around the